Business World. We are here at Indian Business Literature Festival, where business meets wisdom. Today we have with us a very special guest, Mr. Kapil Mehta, who is co-founder Secure Now. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
You talked and wrote about insurance, which is a very complex and very challenging subject to study about, but it's very important, especially after COVID. Everybody is now started respecting the value of insurance. In your opinion, how would your book help people understand and see the value of insurance more now?
I think there's a little bit of hesitation when people think about insurance because it seems so complicated to them. And I'm hoping that people who read this book are able to understand the basic principles. Once you understand that, it's easy to sort of take the insurance decisions you want. That's one outcome I'm hoping for. The second outcome is that we all have a tendency to not look bad news in the face. We sort of, if there are risks or things which can go wrong, we tend to brush it under the carpet. And I want people to say, no, understand what can go wrong. Look it in the eye, make an assessment. In some cases, insurance can help you with that. In some cases, it can't. Do what you can, and once you know you've done your best, then you'll be much more relaxed about moving forward. And that's why the book is called, How to Live a Stress-Free Life.
Yeah. And the name of the book itself gives you a sense that you are happy with the insurance, so happily insured.
That's right.
You talked about managing risks. When we look at insurance considered to be a very personal thing when it comes to be it life, be it health, be it travel, pension, many more things. But through this book, how did you evaluate and sense that how people would manage the risks with their personal attention to the insurance?
The personal aspect you're saying is so important because everybody has a different requirement. So for example, I stay in Delhi. Supposing I were to go to a hospital, I know which are the 4 or 5 hospitals I would like to go to near my house. And if I look at my future liabilities in my family, I know what are the liabilities I have, something which must happen for the children, something for something else, and all that is very clear. Only once I understand these requirements, which are my personal requirements, can I buy an insurance. So if I know I want to get hospitalized in a particular hospital, I know the typical costs of going there. So I know to what level of sum assured in a health insurance policy I need to buy. When I think of the future and I think what needs to happen in terms of my own personal expenses over the next 10 years, I know what kind of a life insurance I need or a term plan I need to cover that in case something were to happen, in case I were to die. So it's a very personal aspect, and that's why the book focuses on principles, because if everybody understands the basic principles, you can very quickly know what your requirements are and buy the right insurances. In some cases, you may say, I don't need this particular insurance, but at least you understand the basis on which you take those decisions. It is a very personal decision.
Yeah, on this account, I would like to just add to it that information needs to be circulated very well in terms of knowing about what product is very appropriate for you or anybody else. This we talked about from the consumer's perspective, but we're looking at this sector, you being in the sector for since so long, do you have any idea or would you like to share what are some of the areas where you see the scope of improvement?
I think one of the areas of improvement is the way grievances are handled. So this business has a lot of claims, particularly when you talk of things like health insurance or motor insurance. Every day there are lakhs and lakhs of claims which come up when you put the whole thing together. Some of these claims get rejected, and then what happens is things go into a toss because you don't get a straight answer. And you have to keep chasing up. So I think the way such complaints are handled can be better, can be much better for the industry. I think on some products, like if I look at health insurance, the regulator has put in a minimum standard. So you can buy any product, you're guaranteed of a certain quality. The same thing is there in term insurance. I think similar concepts have to go to other insurances as well, where even if somebody doesn't do a very informed purchase, it's not going to be a bad product that they'll get. I think that is what needs to happen.
This is really informative. When it comes to writing a book, collecting all your experiences, your stories, your theories, your fundamentals, putting into a book, how was the experience like?
I loved it, but it was a lot more hard work than what I thought, because I thought I'll just put together something and get it out there. But I've spent now 4 years doing this. The editors, HarperCollins, they've sort of made me turn things around, work on things. I myself have realized how many things I have to change, and the requirements have also changed. But it's been a lovely experience.
Good to know. Here's my final question. In in your opinion, what would be the one big key takeaway from your book?
I think the big takeaway is that you in life you have to look at the upsides where you make your investments and you look at the good things that can happen, but you must also look at the downside and the bad things that can happen, and see how you can address those.
Prepare
when
for
you've
the
done
worst,
both, that's absolutely right. Yeah, hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
That's right.
And if you're able to do that, I think that is, if you really do that as self-assessment, that will be a fantastic outcome.
Thank
Whether
you so much.
whether you get insurance or not, that's a separate issue altogether. That's
But,
secondary.
but the attitude, the
Yes.
line of thought.
Thank
you
you.
so much.